and good morning. My name is Kelton Turner, and today we have a midweek update for you. You'll notice that Scott Faughn is not here. He was indisposed, so we asked a bunch of other people, and everybody else said no. So I decided to step up so we could still bring you this week's news. First on the list, we can mark one more name off the clue board. If you're uninformed, we have a list of all of the government departments here in Missouri and all of the directors, and we're trying to find out where each of them was in early June to make sure they weren't at a DEI conference. You'll notice we already have some marked off, and the person who correctly guesses which director and department it is gets a signed copy of John Combest's book, first edition. And so today we can mark off one more, and that name is Jason Sumners from the Department of Conservation. And Scott was right. This is actually a lot harder than it looks like. You do have to get the right angle. Make sure you do it just right. So we got one name up here. Cross that off. And we got the name down here. Cross that off. And that is one more name off the list. Now, if you remember from earlier this week, we promised that we will find out who it is, get to the bottom of it on September 10th, which Scott dubbed DEI Day. I'm not sure if we got that through the right channels to officially declare it that, but I think that we'll be able to work something out. In the meantime, we do have some events coming up. If you look above my right shoulder here, we have our roast of Dr. John Patterson, September 9th. That is September 9th. That is the day before veto session, which is on that Wednesday. So please come on out, join us. It's going to be a great time. We've had a few in the past. They've all been great. Everybody's had a great time doing it. We all love it, and we're all really excited. I'm working off very hard here to try and put it all together, make sure everything comes together just right, and we're having a blast doing it. So we'd love to see everybody come out, have a good time, have some laughs. And that event also includes our 30 Under 30 event. If you follow us on social media, or if you're watching this on Twitter or Facebook or YouTube, I put out some stuff earlier this week that if you want to nominate somebody for the 30 Under 30 event, to go ahead and email me, my email, kelton@missouritimes.com. This is KELTON at MISSOURITIMES.com. Okay? You can also text me if you have my number. You can DM me on Twitter, on Facebook, but we need 30 people under 30 that are involved in Missouri politics so that we can honor them at our event. If you want to nominate somebody, you can email me, get a hold of me any way you think is appropriate, and then send me a paragraph about what they do, who they work for, what they've done in the past. Doesn't need to be too long. You can just send me a little thing, and that way we know more about them. And then send me a picture. We need a picture of them. We need to know what they look like. It's good for us. It's good for you guys. So send me a picture, and then tell me who's nominating them. It could be the person texting me, emailing me. It could be somebody else doing it on their behalf. So please, I don't need much from you guys to put them on the list, but I do need a few things. I need a picture. I need a paragraph, and I need a nominator. And then before, the deadline is Friday, September 6th. That's the Friday before the day before veto session when we're having our event on September 9th. Send it to me before then. And then that weekend, we're going to put out all the nominations. Sometimes we get more than 30. Not everybody makes it. So we got 30 people under 30 that we're going to honor at that event. So if you want to be a part of that, please just send me a contact and I will get it done. If you have any questions, just email me. We'll work it out. I promise. It's going to work out. Just get in contact with me, and sooner rather than later. I put it out earlier this week, and we've gotten quite a few people already emailing me that want to put somebody on the list. There's only 30 spots, and 30 goes by a lot faster than you would think. So please, just reach out to me, and we'll make it work. In other news, Scott is also indisposed for This Week in Missouri Politics. Fortunately for you guys, I'm not guest hosting that as well. I actually have to be here in our studio, in our control room, and I'm going to help produce the thing. So I can't be out there in the middle of it. I can't be out there with a panel. So it's not me. We're going to have guest host Representative Wendy Hausman. I've already talked to her. Things are going great. I think it's going to be a really good show. We got a full panel of all kinds of people. We got plenty of topics that we're going to cover for this week. We're putting it together as we speak right now. I think it's going to come together greatly. You know, it's hard to work without Scott here. It's hard to do this without Scott here. But in the end, we will survive. We will make it work. That's what I'm good at, making things work. So please, if you're available this weekend, if you're watching this now, mark your calendar for this Sunday, for This Week in Missouri Politics. See our guest host, Wendy. I know she's just going to do a fabulous job. I'm very excited to do it. And then mark your calendars for September 9th. I repeat, September 9th. That is the day before veto session. And we're going to have our roast of Dr. John Patterson. He's a fantastic guy. Love working with him. What a great guy. And he's going to be our roastee for the night. We're going to have a bunch of guest roasters lined up. Not allowed to talk about that, so we'll just leave it at that. But it's going to be a great night. I can already tell. We always have a good time doing it. And then if you're interested in nominating someone, please reach out to me. If you reach out to me the Sunday before, I'm not going to do it. We posted the deadline. It's September 6th is the deadline. That's a Friday. I don't care if it's 11:59 p.m. You send it to me by then. I'll get it in. But at some point, we got to start choosing. So I had to draw a line. But if you want somebody to be nominated, please, just email me. Kelton@MissouriTimes.com. Just email me, and we'll make it work. But you got to do it fast. It's filling up. And so it's, you know, that's out of my hands. I can't control who's sending and what. So if you want to send something, send it to me now, please. I would really appreciate it. But anyhow, I promised Scott that I would keep this short and that I wouldn't ruin the reputation of his show by going on for an hour. So if you guys have any questions about our event, like I said, please contact me. Scott's going to be back before you know it. I don't know when, but I'm sure he'll be back at some point. But please, if you have any questions, contact me about it. If you want to see more of me, reach out to Scott and said, I love watching Kelton get up here and talk for about 10 to 12 minutes every so often. You should let him do this more often. I'm sure he'd love to hear it. I know I'd love to hear it. I'm having a great time. I wish I had more to talk about, more to do. I feel like, I kind of feel like Scott. I feel like I could do this for like an hour. It's kind of addicting. I'd like to do it more. So if you love this, reach out to Scott. You know how to reach him. Tell him this is awesome. Kelton should do this way more often. He's just got a knack for it. And I would have to agree with you. If you don't like me on, then don't say anything to Scott, because then he's never going to ever let me do this again. And that would really suck. So if you don't like it, keep it to yourself. Otherwise, we have a packed week for you guys. Lots of content, lots of stuff, working really hard behind the scenes. So please, if you have any questions about our event coming up, it seems so far away, but I promise you it's not. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. If you want to nominate somebody, reach out to me. Please. You can find my email on our website, on our social media. You can find me on our social media as well. Please, just reach out to me. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. And thank you for letting me guest host the midweek update. It's been an honor. I love working on this, and I love guest hosting it. And you know what? I don't know how long I've been on, because usually I would have somebody in the chair right there, like Scott does, and he would tell me how long I've been on, but we don't have that right now. So I don't know, but however long I've been on, I really like it. And so if you like it, tell Scott to let me do it more. But I'm going to stop rambling. I'm going to let you guys enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy your weekend. Don't forget to tune in Sunday, This Week in Missouri Politics. Guest host Wendy Hausman. It's going to be a great time. If you're not watching it, you're missing out. If you're not watching it because Scott's not on it, then you're just missing out. So I'm going to let you guys go. Make sure to watch it this weekend, and contact me if you have any questions or want to nominate somebody. See you guys. Great.